Oklahoma is sort of the most classic of the American musical. Of course, its history is fairly well known in that it was the first collaboration of Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein. And this was the absolute first time that they came together to bring their skills to the table to do a musical. As it turns out, it was the first of 17 years together of a very famous team. This musical is, I think, what I would call a truly organic musical. It really has the songs, the dances, the text all come from a character. For example, the songs and the dances aren't a diversion, as say some other older musicals. They are plot. So the Dream Ballet, for instance, if you don't see the Dream Ballet, you miss a part of the plot of the show. Because I'm a director and a choreographer, it was an opportunity to do both on a musical that works so seamlessly together. So I could see the whole concept through from the beginning through to the end and all the style of the piece. I had the ability to rethink the choreography that was originally done by Agnes DeMille. We are using the original score, but all the choreography is new. So I had an opportunity to be able to do that on this show, of course, with her inspiration from the story that she created. So it's a gift, you know, as a director and a choreographer. I don't know if it gets better than that. I think this is actually really the one that sort of sums it up. That says, okay, if there was any project that was fit for someone who was directing and choreographing, this would be it. Because, you know, it goes from song, from scene to song to dance, and it continues on that train ride throughout the entire show. But really, there should be no seams between them. So we don't even know that they've started singing, and we don't really know the dance number has started before we say, oh, right, that's that dance number. And the requirements are huge on this show for this cast to be able to do all three of those disciplines. We're very excited about this because we're doing something very new on the festival stage that we've never done before. We're looking at the space in a different way. Of course, one of the challenges of doing Oklahoma is to create the sky that is sung about so brilliantly throughout the show. First thing I did was go to Oklahoma and spend some time there. I do like to research my projects and to understand what's so special about this place. And it is special. It's vast open spaces and gorgeous skies and horizons that go on forever. And I came back and I said to Patrick, my designer, wow, this is a challenge. So we started talking about what the festival space offers, and it helps bring the intimacy to the book scenes. So this is a very big, what I would call a book musical. So it's intimate in the feeling that the scenes you're right there, but all of a sudden you can create this huge open space that then you need for the dance numbers. So that's a wonderful thing. It's also very challenging to achieve, which I think our designer Patrick Clark has ultimately done. The set is very abstract, and we let the audience use their imagination, and we can create all sorts of different moods and times of day with the sky. We venture out into a space of the festival that we've never used before. Yeah, I think you spend about a year, you know, really on a show prior, especially here, because you get your designs in quite early. You start with a script, and read the book, the libretto, have a look at the score, and then start to think about how you want to tell your story and look at your space. Obviously, my very early meetings with the designer, with Patrick and Alan, and we start to think about how we can tell the story. The thing about classics is, you know, a lot of people think, well, they go to a museum. This is not a museum piece. This is a piece that is meant to be told and retold and told again, and that it allows you to have some flexibility to make it our own as a company, and to see how it fits into this world. So I think that's what you have to look at, is what is your space. And you start thinking about casting, and I think that really helps to instruct and inform you of how that character is going to go. The way I went with Judd is maybe a little bit different on this show. He's certainly not physically unattractive. He's morally unattractive, and that's I think this because the writing is so great, it allows you that flexibility to look at it and examine it. But really, if you just don't get in the way of the writers and let it just lift off the page, I think you're doing your job.